Every 4 years, the world stops. The greatest players on earth gather on one stage, and for a few glorious weeks, football becomes the only thing that matters. But for some players walking out onto a World Cup pitch in 2026, this is the last time, the last anthem, the last kit, the last chance to write a final chapter on the biggest stage in the sport. Some of them have already won everything. Some are still chasing the one trophy that has always escaped them. And some, after careers spanning 2 decades, are simply saying goodbye. This is the story of the legends playing their last ever World Cup in 2026. Cristiano Ronaldo has won everything. 5 Ballon d'Ors, 5 Champions League titles, a European Championship with Portugal in 2016. He is the all-time top scorer in men's international football history. But the World Cup, the one trophy that defines generations, has never been his. In 2022 in Qatar, he was dropped from the starting lineup, sat on the bench, and watched Portugal lose to Morocco in the quarterfinals. The cameras caught him walking into the tunnel, tears on his face. It was one of the most human images of a player the world had spent 2 decades watching be superhuman. This is his last chance. At 41, playing for Al Nassr in the Saudi Pro League, still scoring at a rate that defies logic and biology, Ronaldo has dragged himself to this moment through sheer extraordinary will, whether he wins it or not. When the final whistle blows on Portugal's 2026 campaign, Cristiano Ronaldo will walk off a World Cup pitch for the last time, and the world will feel it. Lionel Messi. Though Lionel Messi has not confirmed this is his last World Cup in those exact words, but everything points to it. He is 38 years old. He turns 39 during this very tournament. He's already playing his 6th World Cup, a record no male player has ever reached before. And he said something, in an interview before this tournament, that told the whole story without directly saying it. Messi already has the thing Ronaldo is chasing. He lifted that golden trophy in Qatar in 2022, and the images of him finally, with tears streaming and the World Cup raised above his head, were the most shared images in the history of football. He could have quietly faded away after that. He didn't. He came back to Argentina's squad, moved to Inter Miami, and kept playing, because Lionel Messi does not know how to stop. And in the opening game of 2026 against Algeria, he scored a hat-trick, at 38. The oldest player in history to score 3 goals in a single World Cup match. The first hat-trick of his entire World Cup career, in what is almost certainly his final tournament. When Argentina's 2026 campaign ends, at whatever stage, Lionel Messi will have played his final World Cup match. And no matter how you feel about the GOAT debate, no matter which side you're on, you will remember exactly where you were. Luka Modric, if Ronaldo is the warrior and Messi is the maestro, Luka Modric is the poet. The Croatian captain is 40 years old and is competing at his 5th World Cup. That alone is a career achievement most players could never dream of. But what Modric has done across those tournaments is extraordinary. In 2018 in Russia, he carried Croatia, a nation of just 4 million people, all the way to the World Cup final. He won the Golden Ball as the tournament's best player. He beat Argentina. He beat England. He was the heartbeat of one of the greatest underdog stories in World Cup history. And then in 2022 in Qatar, he did it again, guiding Croatia to 3rd place. When he walks off the pitch for the final time at this World Cup, a generation of Croatian football will walk off with him. Manuel Neuer's story ahead of this tournament is unlike any other player on this list. Neuer had retired from international football along with several other senior players. It seemed like the chapter was closed. Marc-Andre ter Stegen had struggled with injuries, and because Germany needed their leader. Neuer, 40 years old, still performing at an elite level for Bayern Munich, signed up for the play. This 5th and final World Cup is his chance to bow out on his own terms. Not by retirement, but on a pitch, in a tournament, in a Germany shirt. Kevin De Bruyne is, by the consensus of football experts worldwide, one of the 2 or 3 best midfielders of his entire generation. He has won 6 Premier League titles. He won the Champions League. He was the best player in England for the better part of a decade at Manchester City. And yet, the World Cup has always been the missing piece. Now 35, at his 4th and final World Cup, De Bruyne has one last opportunity to deliver for Belgium what he has delivered so consistently for his club. He said ahead of this tournament that he takes nothing for granted, but when asked if this is the last time, his eyes answered before he did. These are the men playing their last World Cup in 2026. Some will go deep into the tournament. Some may not make it past the group stage. Some may score the goal that the world remembers for decades. And some may simply play 5 minutes off the bench, in a kit they love, for a country they love. and then quietly walk away. But here's the thing about a last dance.